What's up, everybody? This is Daddy Mathematics again with another example to explore. And today, guys, I want to explore example 2 of projectile motion. Example 2 of projectile motion, right? And in this example, guys, it says to practice catching, the Little League team uses a throwing machine, right? The path of the ball from the machine can be represented by the equation where h, which is the height, equals negative 16t squared plus 48t plus 4, where t, which is the time, is represented as seconds, and h is represented as as feet. Okay, the height is represented in feet. Okay, so once again, guys, we have this particular equation. Okay, and the first thing, guys, that I notice about this equation is the y-intercept is 4, meaning that the ball that is being thrown, its start motion or its start position is 4 feet above 0. Okay, it's 4 feet above 0. So see, in this particular illustration, guys, this is the machine that throws the ball, and you can see that the starting point of the ball that's being thrown, all right, or that's being projected out, is at 4 feet. Okay, so that means that's 4 feet above 0 feet. Okay, and this part of the equation, the negative 16t squared plus 48t, represents the projectile motion of the ball as it's being thrown. Okay. So the first thing, guys, that we're going to calculate is it's asking what will be the height of the ball after 2 seconds. Okay, what is the height of the ball after 2 seconds? Okay, now you remember, guys, this whole equation represents the height, right? And seconds is represented as t, which is time, right? So all we're going to do, guys, is we're going to set t, which is the time, equals 2 seconds, right? And then we're going to plug that into the actual equation, okay? So let's actually do that, guys, to find out the height at 2 seconds, okay? So once again, we're trying to find out the height. So we're going to have height equals negative 16 times t squared, which is going to be times 2 squared, right? Plus 48 times, remember t equals 2, so it's going to be 48 times 2 plus 4. So ladies and gentlemen, all we're going to do is we're just going to calculate this equation at 2 seconds, and then that's going to tell us the height at 2 seconds, okay? So let's go ahead and do that, everybody. So I have 2 squared, which is 4, so I'm going to have 4 times negative 16, which is negative 64. So this equals negative 64, this part, okay? Plus 48 times 2 is 96. It's 96. And then, of course, we still have that plus 4, right? So now I just need to add these numbers up. So I have negative 64 plus 96 plus 4 equals 36, okay? So the height, right, after 2 seconds is 36 feet, right? And I'm gonna put at 2 seconds, okay? So the height of the ball as it's being projected out of the throwing machine is 36 feet after 2 seconds. So let's just say that 36 feet is here, okay? Right? So it's this high, right? At 2 seconds. So let's just say 2 seconds is here, right? So it's saying that at 2 seconds, right, after it's being projected out of the machine, after 2 seconds, the height of the ball is going to be 36 feet, okay? All right, now the second thing, guys, that we're going to calculate is when will the ball hit the ground at 0 feet, which is the height is 0, right? Ground is 0 feet. So they're asking, guys, how long is it going to take for this ball to be projected out of this machine and hit the ground, okay? Right? How long will it take, right? And hitting the ground is 0 feet, okay? So the first thing, guys, that we're going to do is we are going to set h equals 0, right? So we're going to make the whole equation be equal to 0. So now we're going to have 0 equals, or 0 feet, right, equals negative 16t squared plus 48t plus 4. And remember, the 0 represents the ground, right? Because if you're on the ground, you're at 0 feet, right? You're at 0 feet. So the 0 represents the ground, okay? So now the next thing, guys, we need to do is we need to actually solve for t. We need to solve for t, right? We need to solve for the time. And the only way we can do that, guys, is using the quadratic formula, okay? And the quadratic formula is this, guys, is t equals negative b plus or minus the square root of positive b squared minus 4 times a times c, all divided by 2 times a. Okay, that is the quadratic formula. And what I'm going to do is, guys, I'm going to actually color code the letters, okay? So I got negative b, I got positive b, I got a, I'm going to make that be red, okay? And I'm going to make c be blue, okay? And a, b, and c are just the coefficients or the constants of the equation, right? So, for example, guys, a is negative 16. So this right here is a. A is negative 16, okay? B is 48. So I'm gonna say B equals 48, okay? If B equals 48, then negative B equals negative 48, okay? And then C is the 4, and once again, C equals 4, okay? So all we're gonna do is, guys, we're gonna plug in these values, right, into the quadratic formula. We're going to plug in these values into the quadratic formula, okay? So now let's go ahead and start. And I'm just going to go part by part. Remember, negative b is negative 48. So I'm going to have negative 48 plus or minus, right, the square root of b squared, positive b squared. So it's going to be a positive 48 to the second power, minus 4 times a is negative 16, so it's going to be negative 16, right, times c, which is 4, right, c, which is 4, all divided by 2 times a, which is 2 times negative 16. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we have successfully plugged in our values into the quadratic formula. Now all we have to do, guys, is solve. And first, guys, I'm going to solve the inside, okay? So if you solve the inside, if you do 48 squared, right, minus 4 times negative 16 times 4, all of that equals 2,560, okay? 2,560. Okay, so now I'm just going to simplify the actual formula. Okay, simplify the values that we have. Okay, and then also 2 times negative 16 is negative 32. Okay, so far, guys, we have negative 48 plus or minus the square root of 2,560, all divided by a negative 32, right? Now we need to actually square root this number. So 2,560, the square root of that is 50.59. So I'm going to actually rewrite this right here. And actually, let me just put it over here. Okay, so now I'm going to have negative 48 plus or minus 50.59. Okay, all over negative 32, right? So there are actually two different operations that's actually coming up out of this formula, right? We can actually add 50.59 to negative 48, and we can subtract 50.59 from negative 48 and then divide by negative 32, right? Now we add 50.59 to negative 48, we're gonna have a positive, and a positive divided by a negative is a negative. There's no way we can have a negative time, right? So what we have to do is we're gonna have to subtract. We're gonna have to subtract negative 50.59, right? From negative 48, right? Which it'll still be a negative, and then a negative divided by a negative is a positive, right? So we're actually just gonna subtract. So let's actually gonna do that. Let's actually do that, guys. We have negative 48 minus 50.59 is negative 98.59. And we'll still need to divide by negative 32. Okay? And then negative 90.58 divided by a negative 32 is 3.08. So 3.08 seconds. So this right here, guys, is our answer to this particular part, meaning that it will take 3.08 seconds, right, for the ball to be projected out of the machine and to hit the ground, okay? So right here, guys, is actually 3.08 seconds. This is how long it would take for the ball to actually hit the ground after being projected out of the throwing machine, okay? So once again, guys, we found the height at 2 seconds, which is 36 feet. So after 2 seconds of being projected out, the height of the ball will be at 36 feet. And at 3.08 feet is when the ball will actually hit the ground, okay? So thank y'all so much, guys, for this opportunity. And looking forward to giving y'all more examples. Thank you. Have a great day.